Hello. Today on House of B, we have our beloved Mike Angelou, a beautiful 40-year-old mother of two. Within the past couple of months to almost a year, we have been following Mike's amazing, eye-opening story. Like most people, she thought she found the one, love at first sight. But I guess that's what makes love blind. After years of physical, mental, and verbal abuse, Mike is finally able to break free from her captor. But the abuse didn't stop there. Having the strength to finally leave, she went to the one place we all believed we could escape to, a mother's embrace. But unfortunately, this house was not a home. Finding herself in her mother's home, along with her daughter, who seems to be even more than her mother can bear, as the two accept the blatant disrespect, as her daughter calls her mother appalling names, Mike finds it hard to find a ground level of respect within her daughter while staying in her mother's home. With constant flashes of the past experience, Mike has been finding it hard to be at peace and find peace. Her daughter, with hateful words towards her mother, possibly because the passing of her father. Her mother belittles and disrespects Mike in front of her daughter. Mike just wants peace.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Trying to be okay.
Hmm. How old is your oldest daughter?
15.
Hmm. And how long has the disrespect been going on?
For quite a while, about 3 years.
When did she lose her father?
Uh, about 2.5 months ago.
Hmm. And what effect did you see in her at the passing of her father?
What? Say it again?
And what effects did you see change in her, or what changes did you see in her after the passing of her father?
She hates life more. She hates herself. She won't do art no more because she sees me succeeding at my art. And the only thing is, she said because my dad died, I won't do art no more. And like, that's not an excuse not to do art no more because he's gone. He want you to do it. But then she gets mad at me, says, I hate your guts and everything. She don't mean it. It's just that she's a teenager, time. So
And what was her relationship like with her father?
we didn't want her to see her father because her father was a drug addict and alcoholic and abuser. He ruined my life. Tried to blackmail me, put me away places and stuff like that. And I told my daughter about how mean he was to me, alcoholic, and come home drunk every night. She said, I don't care. I still care about him. I'm like, the more you go around him, the more he'll look bad on you because he's a drug addict.
Mm.
And, I tried to keep her away, but she kept going back. So I'm like, well, I guess God's going to have to wake her up.
So she didn't have a relationship with her father?
She did, yes,
What
but
was that relationship
she
like?
was mad because she thought that she was the only child in the family and she has a sister, but she puts her sister on the back burner because she thinks in her mind that she should be the only one in the family.
So
So
what
she
was
was
the
kind of mean to
relationship
her
like?
sister.
Because we keep beating around this question. What was the relationship like with her and her father? Did they get
It
along?
was good. It was good, but I wouldn't allow her to speak to him. She hated me for it. The cops wouldn't allow her to speak to him. Wouldn't allow her to speak to him either, and she got mad at everybody for it.
So what was your relationship like with your husband? Were you married at the time?
Yes, for 4 years. The only thing he hit me with was a cigarette box. But he was abusive in words and called social workers on me and stuff like that, trying to take my kids from me. So he messed up my life that way.
And what effect did his passing have on you?
It hurt my life tremendously. From all the,
Even though everything that you've been through, you were still devastated and crushed.
yeah. Mm-hmm. He tried to take Robin away from me when she was first born, crushed me real bad.
Of her father, your husband, do you blame yourself?
For what?
Do you blame yourself for his passing?
No. I don't care one bit about the person because he's so mean to me.
Mike, it's the way you. Okay, I'm sorry.
I had to say that. I mean, that's the truth.
And that's
And Robin hates me. Robin hates me for it because I don't care about him at all, you know. And she lashes out at me because I actually hate her father. I mean, I
now,
hate him with a passion. But
when did your daughter end up coming to live with your mother? How long ago was that she ended up living?
Well, I gave custody. The social workers kept tormenting me to try to get Robin because she's so beautiful. And people kept calling on me, false information. Everything was false. Well, they just kept, you know, coming in my life and everything and messing it up in 2005. So I just decided, you know, what the heck? I'll just give her to my mom myself. So the social workers leave me alone. So actually, the social worker said I didn't have enough money to take care of my daughter, and I need to give her up to my mom.
Did you feel like that was true?
Yeah, at the time I did, and I just gave her to my mom, and things got worse from there.
So after
people kept belittling me because I want to feed my daughter, and I couldn't feed her because they yell at me for trying to feed my kids.
So after you gave your daughter to your mother,
Mm-hmm.
where did the problems arise from there?
Where did the problems arise? From all the relationships I had.
So it was the relationships that you had with other men that she had issues with you?
My mom, okay, I'm gonna be honest. My mom, every time I liked a man, okay, my mom would ruin it. Okay, she would make a way to ruin it, either with the police or herself.
Now
she didn't want me to have no man. She's a very jealous woman. I mean, that's the honest truth.
Now, the last relationships that you have been in, if we are able to date back to just the last 2 or 3 relationships, what were those relationships like?
Oh, you mean Josh? That one?
The last 3. So we've got Steve, we've got Josh, and we've got who else?
Well, Josh was a drug dealer too. He was kind of wacko and, you know, psycho, but he never hit me or hurt me, but you know, he's a quiet person, but at the same time, you know, he's kind of meanish, you know. Only thing one time he did was hit me in the stomach when I was pregnant. That's like one time he did that. But that was, and then I got mad and left. I didn't want no relationship like that, you know, or hitting in it, you know, and everything. So, you know, that was a long time there. No, I don't even remember how old he was.
Right. So you mentioned that your daughter has tried to poison you. Can you explain a little bit more about what you mean by she's tried to poison you?
We don't know who tried. All I know is that I woke up and there was um, an empty bottle of perfume and somebody poured it in my coffee and my mom had to clean it out. We don't know which one done it.
So you say that your mother belittles you in front of your daughter?
Sometimes she's really old, you know, and she forgets a lot these days. You know, I can't remember half the time what she said to me, but she said that my aunt name don't matter. I don't really want to hear about the art name or about
So
Mike
she doesn't
Angelou
like
and all that.
you have an artist's name.
She kind of belittles it because I'm successful, and she said one day I want to be successful, and like you have to, when you're successful, you cannot belittle people. You have to love people the way they are, and you'll be successful in what you do. And plus, you have to give your whole life to God to be successful, and love everybody to be successful. She is
Have
tries to be a Christian, but at the same time, she has a lot of anger issues.
have you tried to discipline your daughter?
I don't believe in it because I was so
But
much badly abused for 17.
tried?
I
Have
was
you
mentally,
have you
physically
tried?
abused by my father
But have you tried?
a long time ago. You know, I believe
Physically
in
and verbally
whipping,
warn
but
her?
no,
No.
I would never hit a child or anything or hurt a child
What were the end?
or neglect.
What is your version of discipline when you have a child who is
You're supposed
disrespectful?
to, okay, this is what Jesus says: love those who hate you. Show them that you care and love them anyways, no matter how much you push you away. That's what Jesus would do. Jesus says, if you hurt one of these little children, I don't own you anymore. Because Jesus loved little children. He would not beat them physically or mentally, scar them. He would love them and cherish them and raise them up the right way.
So what's next for you with your daughter? Is your daughter gonna come with you to your new place?
Probably not. She said she don't want to live with me. She said she hates my guts. So, you know, she hates everything about me. So I don't know anymore.
So what are you gonna do with your mom?
Jesus also said, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Yeah.
Save your
See, the reason I don't like that,
question.
the reason I don't like the spare the rod, spoiling child, is because I've been through so much abuse by the Bible and Christians I thought were Christians. My dad was not a Christian. He beat me with the Bible day and night.
So
Other things too, I'm not going to
what was
mention.
it like coming up when you were a child?
Huh?
What was it like growing up?
Very bad. We
Come
got
again.
beaten by 2x4s. We got beaten by 4x4 wood because we wouldn't eat food a certain way. We went if we didn't read the Bible, we get beaten for it. And
And this was
if
your
we went to
mother
a friend's
and your
house,
father, or just
we
your
went to
father?
a friend's house, we got beaten for it.
Was this your mother
Very.
and your father, or was this just your
My
father?
dad did it mostly. My dad beat me, like lined us up and beat us all at once.
And what would your
When
mother
we were
do?
kids, she couldn't do anything about it because he beat her to a pulp too.
What would your mother do when she beat you? Why would she beat you?
I can't hear you. What now?
Why would your mother beat you?
Because my dad told her to.
So she never did it because she wanted to. She did it because he told.
No, he made her do
Her. And
it.
how
So
did that
we had
affect
to. We were in the bathroom. We were in the bathroom when we had to act like that. She spanked me, and my dad came running in there and told her if she didn't do her job, he'll do it, beat us. So she had to beat us.
and
Whether
how did that
like
affect your relationship with your mother?
made me feel like I'm worthless.
Do you have resentment? Did you have resentment towards your mother?
Yeah, both of them
Do you still have resentment towards your mother?
in a way because I love her very much dearly. Both of them, I love all of them, but in a way they shouldn't be mean and shouldn't hold grudges against people that, or I shouldn't start arguments for no reason on somebody that's positive and always quiet. You
Do
know
you
what I'm saying?
feel
It's
like
finally starting to come around.
do you feel like what's happening or what has happened to you is somewhat partially happening to your daughter? That she's having that resentment towards you because of the relationship that you had with your husband?
Uh, Like, you mean the abusive part?
No, just the resentment. How you said you still hold resentment towards your mother and your daughter resents you. Do you feel like there's a correlation?
It's because of mom's dad, yes. I love y'all too.
So going forward, what are some of the things that you have been doing lately to keep your daughter from coming at you?
You mean from hitting me and stuff? Well,
Yes.
I try and talk to her nicely. Try and tell her that's not good to do that to people, that she gets worse. She said, I don't want, when I play music and stuff in the house, she runs and go tell Mama that she don't want to listen to Christian music in the house. And Mom gets mad at me for an hour or 30 minutes
For playing
about
Christian
playing Christian
music?
music in the house. And
Oh,
I'm
for
like,
playing
Mom, don't
music.
you remember you used to play Christian music in the house? I don't want it.
So
I
is your
don't want
mother
it because
not
you don't
liking?
want it.
So what's going on with your mother that she's not liking Christian music anymore? Because she used to.
Because Robin controls her like a puppet.
So do you think your mother may be getting onset dementia?
A little, yes.
So do you think that it would be wise for you to leave your daughter with your mother?
No.
So what do you think would be the best possible outcome that you can do with your daughter who is out of control from your knowledge and from what you see is out?
Well, I'm still going to stay here. I'm staying here and taking care of them and everything, make sure they get fed. When I came here, they didn't hardly have any food. And I bought them all kinds of food. And Robin was so hungry, and my mom was like not eating food because I was gone. They all missed me, and worried about me in abusive situations. I finally got out of it in the hard way, but they're all happy I'm here. And then all of a sudden, I said, "Do you like me here or do you hate me here?" And she said, "Well, we want you here, but at the same time, Robin tries to ruin everything for everybody.
And how does she try to do that?
Turn mom against me, go talk behind my back to my mom, say kick her out, kick her out. I don't want her here no more. She's unplugging my internet. Police told me to unplug the internet because they're tired of her being on it all day long. Even the police told me to do that. If mom can't do anything for herself or anything, you know, it, I did. I did unplug it for 2 hours, and she said the horrible things. I can't say it on air, okay? I don't believe in saying it on air, but
To you, she said these horrible words to you. Can you just give us an example of one that she said to you?
she says, I'm not going to be around no more if you keep unplugging my internet.
And what does that mean?
You should know.
And after you turned the internet on, when was she behaved, or did you turn it on just to keep her?
Well, I kept it off all night long, and her attitude has changed
Now,
for
when
the
you say
better.
you turned it off, did you hide the wires or something? What did you unplug it?
I locked the door. I locked the door in my room.
Oh, because the Wi-Fi is in your room. Now, your
Yes.
mother is in a storage unit right now, or a barn?
We made it into a tiny house. We thought it'd be a good idea because we couldn't afford too much, a trailer or a house. So I decided to say
Quick
one
on
day
that.
I want to be.
So you
Go
got a
ahead.
storage unit, and you put the storage unit on the back of the barn as an extended
Yeah,
unit.
yeah. I thought it'd be neat to have a little tiny house, but because we're poor, starving artists. But we're getting up there. We're getting high in the
So
art. But
when is your mother gonna move into an apartment and you sell that
she wants to.
land?
She don't want an apartment. She wants a house, and I'm trying to find her one. But at the same time, she says, I don't want to stay here, Mom. I'm like, you can't stay in here in this mess. This is not
Yeah,
good for your health.
Let me see the ceiling.
So the counselor, the doctors are trying to find me a minimum place to live so I can put their name on it.
And
You
how
get what I'm
long have
saying?
you been living in the storage unit?
Oh, how long I've been living on the land, you mean, in Irvine?
Hmm.
2005.
And
Off and on.
and How long has she been living in the unit?
Probably about 8 years or so.
And Robin has been with her for how many years?
Since she was an infant,
And
around
how was she able to
2005.
how was she able to get to school, and like, was
My
this
mom didn't put her in
even,
school.
when we
My mom didn't want her. My mom didn't want her to succeed in life. Didn't want to put her in school. Kept her
she
out.
didn't go to
Her out.
school? So your daughter didn't go to school?
No, she did the same thing to me. Her and my dad didn't believe in school, so they kept me out of school. I never was allowed to go get an education.
But you know how to read and write. Where did you learn this?
Homeschool.
So she did homeschool you. They homeschooled Robin.
Not very well, as you could say.
So yeah, she doesn't have any social skills.
I don't know. When a young age, she did a lot, but at a young age, she got abused very badly by my dad. So she thinks she's still with my father, and she re thinks her brain that she's still with him. But I tell her that he's not here. You can do what you want and be happy. You don't need to be sad no more. And there's something in her past that's making her this way, where she can't remember, where she couldn't teach us what she needed to teach us.
You said you found her on the internet surfing for older men. Do you feel like
Yes, I did. I did look at the internet, and I looked at her email, and as I found out, she's a farmers. It's called Farmers Dating Site.
do you
About a
feel
hundred
like
men.
do you feel like
I looked
she's
at the
looking,
pictures.
Mike? Do you feel like she's looking for older men for a specific reason?
Probably.
Do
I don't
you
know.
think they have something to do with your husband and abuse physically or anything of that nature?
I think so in a way, because I looked at the pictures. They're like 60-year-old men, ugliest one you ever seen, and 50-year-old. She got mad at me for searching her email. I told her I had to, because I said, "Would you rather the police do it, or would you rather me do it?" Well, she quickly deleted everything. Made sure the passcodes weren't on there no more where I can look. What does that tell you?
So what happened
It's
for
hiding something.
change? So the police had approached her.
No, they haven't approached her, but I'm going to tell them now, like her internet research, later on. I was going to tell them whenever they come around.
So how does this make you feel?
I have to, because, well, I don't know if y'all know this. We're being terroristic threatened.
Explain.
Steve's family, as he went to jail, has threatened me and my life to kill
And
me
this is the
and wish
man
I
that
was
you
dead.
just
I have,
and this is the man you just
yes,
left from the physical abuse.
yes. And they told me they would hunt me down and kill me. So I told them I'll be waiting for them. But the police
And
told
what
me I
will you
can
be waiting for
defend
them
myself.
with? And what will you be waiting for them with?
Well, the police said use anything, pepper spray, rope spray, whatever you can find. So yeah, we're being terroristic threatened, and my mom, like, no, we're not. I'm like, yes, we are, Mom.
So
The
what's
hotel
next for
knows.
you?
You know what now?
So what's next for you, Mike?
I want to change the world, make it a happy, better place. Positive only, no negative in the world, and everybody be so happy. Just get rid of the negative and just be positive and happy, and no more killing, no more hating the black people and the Jews. No more of that stuff. No more hating the gays. Just peace. That's what I want.
It
Between all
seems
of
like
us.
in a world full of trying to gain understanding, after physical, mental, and verbal abuse, Mike is still able to climb out of that hole and still find a greater understanding of life and peace and entirely. And we're going to be following Mike's journey throughout the remainder of Mike's life because we want to see the amazing things as well as most for those who don't know. Mike is also an amazing artist. She makes the most beautiful portraits that I've ever seen. They're very creative
You,
pieces.
you want to know why they're so beautiful?
Yeah.
My brother Kelly, he died. I'm going to tell you the story. Um,
Well, before you do that,
I try.
before you do that,
Okay, this is all about my brother and
hold on.
my God. I'll
Wait,
tell
Mike.
you in a minute.
Let me close it out. Wait, hold on. Before you go. In a
What can I
world,
tell you about my brother?
in a world full of misunderstanding, judgment, and foggy haze, how beautiful Mike is able to always find a will in the way to help people understand what they don't understand and to try to guide those who've been lost in the system. Even the most hurt people can have the most intriguing and entertaining and amazing stories with in-depth two features on what happened to really resonate with individuals to let them know that the grass may not always be greener on the other side. And people are struggling and hurting. And every day we try to find a way to make it,
To make them happy.
to make them
Can I let you know a story about my brother who started me and my art?
But before that, before we get into that, if anyone has any questions in the comments, promise let me unmute my main man's and my homegirl John for real. Anyone has any questions for Mike, please feel free to let us know what questions that you may have, and we would be forever grateful, and we would happily give you an answer.
All right. I have a question. Okay, Mike. I heard everything you said. Okay, so how so for the past few years or since all of this has been happening, so how have you been able to cope, living with all that has been happening?
I put God first and resist the devil, the negative energy. I worship God night and day, and that gets rid of all of it. And then I'm more happier.
Teresa, any
But
questions?
okay, I like that you worship God and all that, but I could
Hmm.
remember you told me right now you never believed in the Bible and you don't worship God. You said that before, right?
No, I believe nothing but the Bible and the Holy Spirit and everything in it when I was 16 years old. I love the Lord with all my heart. I just don't like the devil because all he brings is negative to the world and he torments everybody. And I want everybody to just be positive because the more you're positive with God, the more the devil hates it and, show love to people and he hates it the most. So God is the answer because, he's helped me through everything, what I've been through and what I've done and what I didn't do, and God is
Teresa says,
amazing.
do you not
So
believe in church, but you believe in God?
I believe we all should come together as one, all churches. I believe in church, yes.
Okay. Okay.